Millions of Iranians are preparing to vote in Friday's parliamentary elections, the first since mass protests swept the nation in 2022. Our chief correspondent Youssef Jalali has more.
A.M. local time here in the capital, Tehran, and across the country. And voters have been trickling in here in Hosseini Ershad, one of the largest polling stations out of 59,000 voting stations across the country. People have been coming out here at Hosseini Ershad to cast their ballots and choose their next members of parliament. Of course, it's a major political event in Iran. 15,000 candidates are vying for 290 seats of Iran's parliament, known as the Majlis here in Iran. And around 120 different political factions, coalitions, and parties have been competing, but all boil down to two major political fronts or camps in Iran: the camp of the reformists and the camp of the principalists. The principalists are classified as conservative politicians in Iran, who are the reformists, who also make up a big chunk of Iran's political scene, are significantly this time around outnumbered by the principalist candidates. The reformist politicians in Iran complaining about the fact that the Guardian Council is disqualifying a great chunk and a great portion of the reformist politicians here. High turnout is advised by many Iranian leaders since the start of campaigning for the parliamentary election and for the elections regarding the Assembly of Experts. Iranian electorate, given the fact that Iran is under severe sanctions by the West, leaving the country's economy reeling from the impacts of the sanctions, leading to staggering inflation, skyrocketing inflation that hit 40% this year, and also depreciating the Iranian national currency, which recently stood at around 585,000 against the dollar in the open market in Iran. This has led many to believe that the candidates, the parliamentary candidates, even if they wanted to, they cannot live up to their promises, to their campaign promises, because the Iranian economy is under severe restrictions by the West. In the meantime, there are still many who believe, who look at the elections ideologically, saying that the elections could play as a means to show public support for the Islamic establishment.
Elections are a public and national duty. It is true that there are some shortcomings and deficiencies in our country, but if we do not go to the polls, we are basically betraying ourselves.
When the foreign countries see our participation, they will realize that they cannot treat us like many underdeveloped countries which do not have a political system. They must treat us like themselves, like the way they treat their own people.
The candidates should fix the economic and political situation as well as the international relations and social situation of our country.
I will participate in the election because I am a citizen of this country. Well-established political figures have been disqualified, so the younger ones have the opportunity to come onto the scene and suggest proper ideas for their country.